What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back yet again to another week with
Gissel
and Victor, and we're here to keep it 100 with you guys. So, as always,
all we could do is keep it 100.
that's all we can do. I mean, we can always cheer about it. So, let's just cheer for yet another successful week. Here's another Thursday.
Cheers.
Almost Friday. Hopefully, you have had a very successful week.
Is Friday Junior.
Friday Junior, so therefore we drink in celebration. But if you've never been here before, Gissel and I come here live every week. We keep it 100 with you guys when it comes to relationships, trips, adventures, real estate, what's happening in the market. So
life.
Yes, life in general. So if you like our content, make
Working
sure
with your significant other.
Yeah. So if you like our content, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Make sure you hit a like. Make sure you comment and interact with us. We'll see your comments live as they come. We love to interact with you guys. So without further ado, this week we're going to be talking about our trip to New Orleans, which...
Yes, it was a surprise.
Yes, it was a surprise birthday.
I love to travel. It's one of my favorite things to do. I'm not about designer shoes. I mean, who doesn't love a nice shoe? But it's not my thing. It's not. I'm not about designer clothes, shoes, bags, stuff like that. What I love is traveling. So I asked Victor, what did he want for his birthday? Did he want something material or did he want an experience?
Right.
And he said he wanted an experience. So I was like, where can we go in the middle of the most busiest month of the year when it comes to buying houses, home ownership month, which is June.
Yeah, not only that, but like travel period, because kids are out of school. Like,
yeah,
you know, everybody tries to plan their vacation around the summertime. Yeah. So it is
but especially because of work, because obviously, right, you know, it's busy. So I'm like, okay, where can we go that's not too far, that we've never been to, me or you, and that is like fun and has good food, because I love food, you love food.
And it was it wasn't a whole week, it was a short trip.
Yeah, so
but it felt like a lot of time.
Yeah, so I was like, the best itinerary was, let's go for 3 full days over there. Mm-hmm. We got there late on
the 21st, which was a Tuesday, I believe.
The 21st, yeah, which was a Tuesday.
We had 2 closings.
His birthday was on the 22nd, so I wanted to make sure that we were already there. So we went there on the 21st, and then it was really quick. We came back on a Saturday.
Right.
But it was like the perfect time.
Quick getaway, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was the perfect time.
Now, I'm going to ask you about flights, because obviously you planned it. I didn't know anything until probably a day or two before, where you spilled out the beans of where we were going without even noticing that you spilled the beans. But I played it cool. I played it out. It's like, oh, okay, cool. I like that place. All right, whatever.
Yeah. So it was supposed to be a surprise trip. I planned everything. I purchased the flights like months ago. Mm-hmm. I got the Airbnb, and then I guess we were talking about something, and one thing led to another. And a couple days before the trip, I told him where we were going without even noticing. And then he told me the day before we were traveling that
same day, I think.
Or the same day. I don't know why he told me. And then I got in a bad mood. I was like, why did you tell me that?
You wanted to cancel the whole trip. No, it's not a surprise.
That was a little dramatic, but that happened.
It was like, oh, now I got to cancel the trip because it's not a surprise. I'm like...
That was just a 2-minute feeling. It went away.
2 minutes, 2 hours, same thing. But anyways, how much did the flights cost you?
So the flight going over there, because it was a Tuesday, I was like, that's why I couldn't pass it up. I was like, you know what? We just traveled to Colombia the month before, but I was like, you know what? I can't pass these flights up. The one traveling over there was $26.
What? I didn't know this. What?
And the one coming back was the more expensive one. It was $1 something.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of evened out. but
And it's through
it wasn't
Spirit.
bad.
It was through Spirit.
It was through Spirit.
Spirit.
So we, for quick trips, like it
3
doesn't
hours or
matter if
less.
we're traveling like this, like we're sitting like this on the chair.
So put me with the maletas are. I don't care.
Right, because it's like it's cheap, it's quick. We don't even take maletas. We just take our book bags. So it's
Right.
like it makes sense.
Right.
Like,
And what I really loved about this trip is that it was only like an hour 15 flight.
yes,
Something like that.
it
Something
was
really quick.
super quick.
It was top, like get up, get down type of thing.
Yeah.
And we left. I think it was like at 10:30 at night. We got there like 11:30 their time.
Yeah, they're Central Time.
They're an hour behind us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's Central or whatever it is.
No, Central. We're Eastern. They're Central.
There's like 4 different like time zones.
Babe, I know they're not Mountain or Pacific. I know my zones.
I don't know. But the flight, quick. Got there like at 11:30 at night of their time. And I mean, we didn't have much. Like the experience was, normal. I guess it wasn't
travel?
like Spirit doesn't go above and beyond. But
no,
at the same
they don't
time,
go above and beyond. Not only that, but I was very upset that the TSA pre-check line was closed, and they made us do the whole long line.
Yeah.
So apparently, after a certain amount of time, after
8 p.m.
So now that I know that, I'm gonna make sure to buy my flights earlier than that.
No, but not only that, but we did the line, right? We did the whole big line. We were kind of upset because we didn't leave as earlier as we would want, just because we thought we had TSA pre-check. But then we do the line, and when we get to the TSA person, she's like, "Well, you have TSA pre-check. Why didn't you go that way?" Or no, what did she ask? Why did you go that way? Or no, it's close to 8 p.m. She was the one that told us it was close to 8.
Yeah, no, she told.
But we have another line over here that you can come, and they'll do a TSA pre-check. I was like, perfect. Take us over there. She took us over.
Yeah, and because with TSA pre-check, even though we had to make the line, you don't have to take off your shoes. You don't have to take the laptop out. Right. It's like quick.
It's like the phone. You don't have to put it like in that different dispenser or whatever. You just put it inside your backpack and then send everything together. So it was quick, Once we got to the flight, it was quick hour flight. We were there. I think there was a little bit of turbulence, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But that's normal.
Yeah.
And then we took an Uber from the airport, which I forgot the name of the airport, but it was the New Orleans International Airport.
Don't kill us if you're.
Yeah, it was the Louis Armstrong. I think it was Louis.
Oh yeah,
Louis
Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong Airport, something like that. And then we took a Uber from there to our Airbnb, which our Airbnb was pretty close to the French Quarter. I would say maybe like
15-minute walk.
Yeah, like a 15-minute walk from the French Quarter. So
like a couple miles.
Like it may be like a 20-25 minute ride from the airport, I would say. And the Uber cost us, I think it was like $30. So it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to renting a car, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of renting cars, just especially in these like tourist locations, just because there's never parking. Yeah. If you have to find parking, you have to pay for it. You have to make sure that you're not like parking the car in a dangerous area. You don't know what is a dangerous area or whatnot. So it's like, you try to.
If I were you, I would not rent a car in New Orleans just because there is a lot of alcohol involved.
Right.
You don't know, like you said, the rules when it comes to parking your car. It's best to take an Uber just because you want to be safe. You don't want to get a DUI or mess up a car.
And not only that, we got pictures of our Airbnb. I got 2 pictures because I tried to do a slide, like a slideshow for you guys so you can see the videos and all that. But I guess my technical skills are not there yet when it comes to like video editing and stuff like that. Don't worry about it.
We'll get there.
But I did something that I think, they'll like, or you guys will like. Let me take this.
Yeah, so this is our Airbnb. This is the bathroom. We never got to take advantage
of the tub.
But look at this beautiful, what is it clawfoot. That's what I call a clawfoot tub.
Yes.
Okay, this is a clawfoot tub, and it's just a cute artsy Airbnb. She also had bubbles.
This one's better.
She also had bubbles ready for us
Right.
there to use, but by the time we got to the Airbnb each night, we were so tired that we weren't even thinking about the tub.
Now, just to give you guys, an idea, I know you're just seeing a picture right now of a tub, but let's say you're the one taking the picture. Behind you is the bed in the bedroom, and then you had like a small little TV. You had like a little, I wouldn't call it yeah, you can call it a kitchenette, maybe like a little sink with a little microwave, I believe. They had a little fridge. They had a little table. And then in front of this, then you have the bathroom. So you have the shower right there in the top in the left. I'm over here pointing at people, trying to see if they can see me. And then to the right of the painting, you have the toilet. And then the cool thing about this is that this Airbnb had a lot of different art, as you can see right there. That's a seahorse. If you don't know, if you didn't know, that's a seahorse right there. So she had a lot of different artwork within the Airbnb,
and she's the artist.
Which that was about what I was about to say, that she was the actual artist of the painting. So that was pretty cool. I thought it was a pretty cool way of exposing your art if you're not like a well-known artist.
Yeah.
Because you own your Airbnb. It is your property. Why not expose it to other people?
And she's a super host.
Yes.
So for sure she's gonna get
Hey, we getting tips. Hey, we see Adobe Premiere brush.
Oh.
It's a good way to call. Hey, yes.
Thank you, Ashley.
I'm gonna do that because I don't know. I followed the directions that StreamYard gave me, and it didn't work. At least for the video part. Like for example, this right here is a video. So this is the ceiling of our Airbnb, which was pretty cool at night. They had like a little color globe or whatever that I would change colors, and you can see it if the video was actually playing.
Yeah. So the theme of this room, what got my attention was it was underwater theme.
Underwater, yeah.
Which is the reason that it has a seahorse and the lamp with the octopus.
The lamp was an actual octopus. You can see it here in the top right corner. You can see a little bit of it, but that right there was our Airbnb. It was beautiful. It was themed. I felt that octopus may come down eventually and kind of grab us, but that didn't happen. So we're happy about that.
Thank God.
Yeah. But that was our Airbnb.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was. I liked it.
I liked it.
It was a little bit scary getting there just because we got there late.
Yeah.
And I guess we didn't read we read the instructions too late. By the time the Uber had dropped us off, and we were in the middle of like a street, like it was dark street, so we didn't know where we were at. It was like past midnight. The door didn't want to open, and I was like, oh!
Yeah, it was a little creepy,
freaking out.
And then this unit was, I guess, in the top floor of the main building, but you will have to go through the backyard. Like you had to go through a small little alleyway in order, like within the house, not outside the house, like within the house, a little alleyway, then go up like a makeshift stairs that they had, and then go into your unit. So, it was a little sketchy when you look at it from the outside, but it was beautiful. Like, and the location was great. It was only
it was in Marigny. So Marigny, Marigny, is a neighborhood right next to the French Quarter, and it's really romantic, jazzy. You'll find a lot of jazz restaurants, a lot of things to do. Frenchman Street, which is pretty famous,
right?
And you can walk to the French Quarter and a lot of different places. So it's a really good location. If you don't want to stay in the craziness of the French Quarter, that's a good area.
You could take the trolley cart. Is it called?
Yeah, they're called red. Yeah, I think so.
The trolley cart. You could take the trolley cart from the Airbnb.
Streetcars.
The streetcars. You could take the streetcars from the Airbnb too. So you had different ways to kind of move around the town.
Mm-hmm.
But was this my birthday? Was it on my birthday?
Which day? Which
The first day that we left early.
the day that we left? Yeah, that was on your birthday.
So on my birthday, we decided because we got there like at 11:30, right? Maybe in the Airbnb by midnight. Um, I don't know why, but we were up mad early, super early. Like if
What do you mean you don't know why? We wake up early every day.
yeah, but we were on vacation, so I don't know. It was
Still happens.
we were we were up by like 6 something in the morning, so we are like excited, get it ready. You know, we're going to New Orleans, whatever. Or we're in New Orleans. Um, so we decided to leave
Yeah.
the Airbnb down to the French Quarter, like around maybe 7 o'clock in the morning. Like it was super early, super early. There was nobody outside. Like you know, the public workers or the public servants, whatever they call it, they were cleaning the streets. Like they were washing the streets still. Like it was that early. Like they were washing streets. We decided to go to the French Quarter. What we wanted to do, we wanted to go
We
to
wanted
Cafe
to we
Beignet.
wanted to go to Cafe Beignet because obviously New Orleans is known for their amazing beignets and the food and Cafe du Monde, and I read reviews about Cafe du Monde, and it was either Cafe du Monde or Cafe Beignet. So
Right.
we're like, okay, let's go to Cafe Beignet. We'll have breakfast really early, which continue. I
What?
mean, I can let me tell the
Go ahead,
story
tell your
because
side. Yeah,
you
I
when you got
missed half
into
of it.
it, you were already, it was already too late.
It was
All
half
right,
of it.
so we were walking like skipping like tourists, like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. It's as if someone were to come here to Orlando and think that everything is Disney World and walk by a dangerous neighborhood. I'm not gonna name any neighborhoods, and just like skip around like, oh my god, yes, everything is Disney World. So that's how so that's how we were. So it's super early, we're walking, and then I feel, because it's like, I don't know if it's like a New York instinct or what, but I feel like this like something following me. Like I just feel an energy, something following me. So I'm like, okay, I keep walking. I don't want to look back because if I look back, it's just I don't know how I'm gonna react. So I look down and I feel like there's like these somebody following me, like the shoes or the whatever I don't even remember what he was wearing. I think it was like some black sneakers. So then
No, I think
I'm
you were
like,
actually wearing these shoes. I think
who?
was it white Converses?
Not him.
Oh, him. Gotcha.
Yeah, because I'm looking down
Oh,
and I feel
gotcha.
somebody following me. So I look down and I'm like,
You
oh,
see
I
shoes.
see shoes. I see black shoes and like denim jeans. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do because no place is open. So it's not like I can walk in a place and like feel safe in any place. So I'm like, I stop in a corner.
Remember, it's 7:45 at this point in the
It's
morning.
in the morning. So I'm walking and I'm like, okay, let me like try to adjust my shoe because he's gonna either keep walking or he's gonna stop and it's gonna be on and popping or whatever's gonna happen. So then I go down, I'm like fixing, I have these same white sneakers. I go down, I'm like trying to fix my shoe, and I'm as I'm fixing my shoe, I see that the guy stopped too. I see the same sneakers, the same jeans that he stopped. So now I'm freaking out. And then I hear him say, he said, oh, it's funny how you stopped to adjust your shoe. And I don't know how Victor didn't
That's
notice what he was saying.
When
But
she stopped, that's when I noticed that the guy had stopped too. So it was us three in the corner. Like that's how it was. It was
yeah,
us
so
three.
it was us three in the corner.
I'm
There
looking
was
at
nobody.
him. I'm looking at Giselle. Giselle's looking at me.
I'm freaking
all freaked out.
out.
I'm looking back at him. I'm trying to recognize his face, trying to make sure that I see everything, every aspect of his face, so I can remember it.
And then Victor's like, let's keep walking.
I'm like, let's keep walking.
And then he's walking.
This is my reason though. The reason I say keep walking is because if I stay here, like I don't know where I'm at. First off, I don't know where I'm at. So there's no stores around that I can just walk in, like you said, because it was too early. And number two, it was too damn early for me to cause some trouble and punch the guy or like do some crazy shit that would, one, get me locked up on my birthday, and two, like, get me in a position where I don't know, I might get stabbed by this guy because I don't know what he has on him. I don't know if he has a gun. I don't know if he
Yeah, I
has
don't
a
know if he
stab.
had a
Like,
weapon.
I don't know. So I was like, we're gonna keep walking. Let's keep walking. So we kept walking. We passed the block. There's still no nowhere to go in because everything's closed. And then we walk into, we see this restaurant in the corner. So I'm like, as we're walking, I'm looking at the guy. He's still following
I
us.
remember like it was I remember the name of the restaurant. It's called the Rib Room, which by the way, they were so nice in there,
Yeah.
and we were like, okay, we're gonna come back to eat. We never went back.
But at this point, we're walking and he's still following us.
He went
Like,
inside.
I'm looking at him following us, and I'm looking at Gissel, like making sure that we're both good. Because if he got close, obviously I had to do something. But once we gone into the restaurant, the guy went inside too. So I'm like, oh, okay,
He's ballsy.
Ballsy dude. So perfect. So what I did was, or what we did is, we went to the that wasn't a waitress, I guess the hostess.
Yeah.
We went to the hostess and we were like, we're being followed by this guy right there. Like, I don't know, help us out. Like, I don't know. And then the guy, instead of coming into the restaurant, it was a hotel. So it was a restaurant and a hotel. So I guess the restaurant was inside the hotel. Because we went into the restaurant, we talked to the lady. He kept going like inside the restaurant. And then at that point, I guess security told him off, told him something like, "Hey, if you scare one of my guests, you're gonna have it." Like, I don't know, but they did something.
I don't know what he did, but that wasn't the last time we saw him. That's first.
That was the crazy shit.
That was not the first.
That same time. Day, we see him
like
later
how small can New Orleans be for us to see him like 3 times?
Yeah, we saw him like
trip.
3 times throughout the whole trip. And honestly, I thought we were gonna see him again for whatever reason, like every other day after that.
Yeah.
But
that was the joke, because we did a haunted tour and we were like, what if he comes fucking
what if he's part of the tour? Like, I got you guys.
But that's how our vacation started. It started so bad because I was so scared, but we got over that.
Yeah. Like, I it would have been worse. It could have been worse, but at the same time, I'm happy nothing happened. Everything was smooth sailing. Like, I don't know. Maybe the guy, like I said, it was 7:45, maybe 8 o'clock at this time in the morning. So the guy might have been drunk or drugged up from the day before still. Who knows,
Yeah, at one point I saw him, and at the end of that same night, he had like a cut from here down there with so much blood.
Yeah, and his face was beat up.
Yeah, like I don't know what he gets into, how ballsy he gets throughout the day, but be careful when you go to New Orleans. Like, don't go out super early because you're gonna catch the people from the night before. There's a lot of places that are open 24 hours for alcohol, so you're gonna catch the crazies from the night before.
Right. No, and just be careful of your surroundings. Be careful of where you go. If you see that it's, follow your instinct, I guess I would say. Follow your instinct. Like, if you think that you shouldn't be going that street, don't go in that street. Like, especially if you're by yourself. I notice a lot of females that like to go to New Orleans, to celebrate like bachelorettes or whatever. It's like, if you see yourself in a situation like that, like going on a trip, like with a bunch of girls, just be careful and be mindful, and guys too. Like, who knows? But other than that, everything else was a great experience. That was the only little hiccup that we had throughout the whole trip.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the transportation. How can you go from point A to point B in New Orleans, or how did we do it at least?
Well, the way we did it was Uber because it's safe.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's nothing safer than either an Uber or a Lyft, but there's other options. You can take streetcars, which are really, really cheap.
Yeah, they're like $3 a ride.
Yeah, $3, or you can rent bikes too. Right. What else can you do for transportation?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
I would say you can walk, to some places, but for the most part, is Uber, Lyft. You could take the car. The what is
The
it? The
streetcar.
streetcars.
It's like a red
Um,
streetcar that goes like a little
there's multiple.
tiny
There's
railroad.
multiple. Like you could take this one and connects you to this other one that takes you to where you might want to go. It's like a train system basically. But
Yeah. But I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't rent a car just because if you're going to be drinking and having fun, you don't want to be worried about did I park the car at the right location? Did I get towed?
right.
Did this? Did I...
Not only that, but the cost wasn't that expensive. I think every time that we decided to take a Uber or a Lyft, it was like roughly maybe $12 to $15, maybe a little bit
Or
less.
less.
Depends.
Some more 8.
Well, this is the trick. This is the trick, though. Don't fall for the whole. Oh, I'm gonna get you a ride in 2 minutes for an extra $5 or something like that.
They will still come.
Like, take the cheapest option. Oh, you're coming in 15 minutes? Cool. Let me select that one. And trust me, they will be in there for like in the next 2 to 5 minutes. Somebody will be there selecting your ride. Nobody's gonna leave you. So don't fall for that trick with Lyft, all right? So how about I guess we're gonna start talking about the places that we went and ate because there was a lot.
Listen, I am a foodie and I've gone to a lot of different places when it comes to traveling. And let me tell you, New Orleans is in my top 5 locations when it comes to food because their food is like the spiciness, like the flavors, like
the freshness. You could take
the freshness, the seafood.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they fish it right there in the river.
Yeah. In the ocean, in the Gulf. Like all that comes from the Gulf. Mexico.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was fresh, like homemade. That's how it feels. Like the food over there, depending on the restaurant, feels like homemade.
Soul food, a lot of soul food.
Oh yeah, oh yes. So one of the first spots before we got mugged or almost got mugged, we went to Cafe Bernier, which obviously I had to order a order of beignets. They come 3 at a time. And if you don't know what a beignet, if you don't know what a beignet is, it's basically a donut. It's basically a donut without the hole. How about that? Like
powder.
With just powdered sugar on top, but it's delicious.
So it tastes just like I couldn't eat it. I'm super sad I couldn't eat it because I'm gluten free.
Right.
And they did not have gluten free beignets. If you are watching and you're the owner of Cafe Beignet or Cafe Du Monde and you want to add that to your menu,
go ahead, do it. You gotta get a different type of clientele coming into your door.
Or if you don't own them and you want to be a competitor and open one,
there you go. You got some good tips, some good ideas. But when we went there, I had the beignets and some coffee. How about? I think you had some.
I had
eggs.
It was so good. It was like an andouille. Is that how you say it? Andouille sausage?
Andouille sausage.
Yeah, like there. A lot of their dishes have that andouille sausage, and it's like a really good smoky sausage, and it's an omelet with that, and I don't know what I had as a side. It was like little potatoes.
Little potatoes.
Little potatoes.
So here's a picture of Gissel.
Oh, this is me. Right after we almost got mugged, I was like, I need a mimosa, please.
She's like, oh my god.
So this is
she's looking to the left, looking for the guy.
Yeah, I'm looking. That was like literally 5 minutes after we almost dealt with that guy.
Yup. And then this is a little bit further down from Cafe Beignet. This
Jackson
is
Square.
Jackson Square right here.
I'm like trying to remember the name.
This is actually a video, but for whatever reason, it's not working. So I'll make sure to share the video next time. But this is Jackson Square. This is right by Cafe Beignet in the French Quarter.
Yeah, this is the French Quarter.
And this right here, this square, it's literally what it is. It's a square. It's a plaza. It's a big squared place where people can just go inside and take pictures. And there's like usually it's a park, and there's usually like people doing performing, like selling stuff. There's a lot of hand readings, stuff like that. Tarot.
I don't know in English. Tarot.
I don't know, but there's a lot of that around there. So that was a pretty cool experience.
This is the French market. This
This
was
is
also a video,
yep.
but we couldn't play it.
Yeah, this is not the video that we wanted to show, but this is the French market. We went out there to the French market. It's literally just the market. You would just walk in between the the two I guess they had two lines of vendors, and you would just walk right in the middle and you would pick, like,
Yeah,
who
they
you want to.
have oysters, fresh oysters. They have drinks. They have beignets. They have clothes,
They have seafood,
souvenirs, ice cream. They have everything in there.
right? Paintings. They had a lot. Um, and then we also got a chance to visit the botanical gardens. This is us
Yes, this is us living our
enjoying.
best life in the botanical gardens. It was
Yep.
beautiful, by the way.
It was a
Like,
hot
there's
day.
so much
Let me tell
there.
you something about New Orleans in the summertime. So right now in June, July, August, this is the slow season for people in New Orleans. Why? Because it is hot as hell and nobody wants to travel when it's hot as hell.
Yes.
And we live in Florida. I'm from Puerto Rico. I'm used to the heat all my life, but this is a whole different level of heat. This is heat plus humidity
Plus
plus
hell.
plus like
Oh, no, I think he said it's because of the buildings. Like, it causes more heat.
I don't know what it is,
That's what
but
he
it was
said.
super hot, like super annoying. But we had a really good time. We went to the botanical gardens. We chilled there for like maybe an hour or two, probably a little bit more, maybe. I think I had a beer. So, yeah, I had a beer or two. You had some drinks. We sat in the shade.
It
We,
was fun.
yeah,
I
we had
liked
a
it.
we had a really good time. Oops. So let's see. Um, so I think this is still my birthday. Right now, we're still on my
Yeah,
birthday.
no,
This
the
is
whole
all one day.
day we did. I was trying to do the most for your birthday.
Yeah, this is a whole day right here of activity.
Yeah,
So
this was still his
the
birthday.
next the dinner that we have, tell them a little bit
Yeah,
more.
so the dinner that we had, so we when I booked the Airbnb, the immediately the first thing I asked her was, and I booked the Airbnb around May or April, I don't know. But she told me that I had to go. She was like, "There's not too much planning to do in New Orleans. Just go with the flow, but make sure you check out GW Finn's
Ooh.
restaurant." And make sure you book it now because it's gonna be booked. It's booked months in advance. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta check it out. So I booked it right away. And I'm talking about the service was top notch. The food was top notch. Not only do they print out new menus every single day because they have like fresh catch every single day and their menu changes every single day, but they had made a special birthday menu for Victor with his name on it.
Right.
We can't play it because
Yeah,
of the
all these
video,
are videos right here.
but
Right
that's
now.
his little menu, and
Right.
it was super, super cute that they did that.
So this picture on the or this yeah, I guess it's a picture now. On the left is the menu, how it came. They have it all folded and nice with a nice little ribbon around it. And then when you open it up, it literally says the date and it has your name, happy birthday, thank you for choosing us, blah 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 blah. And then at the end they brought this awesome little plate with, I think it was like a chocolate
With ice cream inside, no?
no, it was chocolate. I think I don't remember. It was chocolate
A
with
little
the
coconut.
strawberry and coconut inside. I think it was.
Oh my God, it was so good. But if you go back to the thing real quick, but if you go to New Orleans, you have to make sure to check out this place because not only was the food amazing, the service was amazing, and like each plate that came out and the drinks too was amazing.
I don't remember what I drank, but I remember my plate. My plate I had, it was a tuna sashimi. It was a red tuna sashimi, and that was amazing. Like I've had tuna sashimi before, but that one, I don't know what was it that I ate everything on that plate, even the little like
Oh my God, the little
little plants that they do for decoration and shit. Like
and I
ate all that.
had barracuda.
Ooh.
I remember because I've never had barracuda before, and I always like to ask the waiters for their opinions. And he was like, "You have to have the barracuda." I was like, "I gotta have the barracuda."
And I had it. It was pretty good. It
Oh
it
my
was
god, it
like
was so
a chicken almost. It
good.
looked like
Yeah,
it
it was
was
like
meaty, like a lot of meat, like hard meat. I don't know. That
no
sounded
hambre.
wrong. A lot of hard meat. That's
Yeah, that
no
sounded bad.
no.
Wow.
Um, let me see what's so with this restaurant. What I really liked was the service. Like they were very attentive. Like the manager came over to our desk, asked us, what was the celebration that uh, we were there for. I told him,
Oh,
he
and not only
congratulated
that, but
me.
yeah, besides him being extra for your birthday, he asked you like what you're celebrating. He
Right.
asked you. He created a rapport with Victor. But another thing that I loved is that they asked if I had any allergies. I told them that I was gluten free, and they made sure to send everything gluten free, even the bread that they bring.
Right.
So I love when they do that.
The next thing, oh yeah, I remember.
I love that.
The next it
I
was a
feel
biscuit
I
because
feel
they were bringing
I, biscuits.
biscuits
Biscuits.
biscuits. They were bringing biscuits to our table, like nice, hot
The
and fresh,
couture. The couture.
nice and fresh, like biscuit. Like, and I would eat it with butter, and then she would have to look at
Yeah,
me
I
like,
was looking at him like, wow. But
But
then
they
they
brought
brought mine, and I was like, wow, I feel special.
Right. Now, in our adventure restaurant to restaurant, I think that's the most thing that we did was eat. Like I felt like I was full for the whole 4 days we were out there. Uh, Next stop was the Carousel Bar, which is in. I'm
This was
sorry.
still your birthday. We did a lot for your birthday.
Oh yeah, that was after this, right?
Yeah, that was right
So
after.
after GW Fins, we were already full from dinner. We had a couple drinks there too. We went to the Carousel Bar, and this is in Hotel Monteleone,
Which is one of the oldest
one of
hotels
the
in
hotels in the
New Orleans, the
New
French
Orleans
Quarter.
French Quarter area. And this was literally how it sounds. It's what it was. It was a carousel.
Let me show it.
It was a carousel.
How cute is that?
And you literally would go around. Like it's slow, obviously, but you would go around
It would go around
a bar,
super slow
around
because
the bar.
obviously you're not gonna they don't want to get you dizzy and drunk, but it was so cute.
Like you would sit in your bar stool, and then the bar stool will go around like the carousel, and it was awesome because you had a really good vibe. It
There's
was instead of
jazz.
hotel. They had like nice live music, jazz live music, which was great. Uh, and then the drinks weren't that expensive, if I remember
I feel
correctly.
like in this place it was a little bit expensive because you're in the carousel. Like you're enjoying the views and the photos and the music. So the drinks were about like $20, 18 to $20 per drink. But I feel like they are worth it just to be on the carousel.
yeah.
If you get off the carousel and walk a couple steps to the other bar, then the drinks are cheaper.
Right.
But I think that it was worth it.
So, what was next? Tell them before I spill something here. I'm trying not to.
So next, that was that night. That was your
Right.
birthday.
I think
we
we were
had
done
an
with that
eventful.
night. We were done.
We went to the Steamboat Nashe. I think that's how they spell it, which is a steamboat, and it's on the Mississippi River.
Right.
And it just goes around the Mississippi River and comes back, and it shows you a lot of the French Quarter and different places around the French Quarter. Like I didn't know that the Domino Sugar Factory
Was there.
So they
Mhm.
showed you can smell the sweetness of in the air of the sugar, and also we saw how they were like bringing down the brown sugar or
Yeah.
making the brown sugar.
They were literally carried. The trucks would grab sugar and then drop it into other trucks like that. Like, it was pretty
Yeah.
cool. That was a cool experience. I believe they had food. I don't.
They had food. Yeah, they had food. They had a lot of options that I didn't personally like just because I'm a little picky. But did you like it? Did you?
I forgot what it was. It was like a white rice with beans, right?
It was white rice with beans and fish, fried fish.
Yeah, I liked it. There was no food in New Orleans that I didn't like. So yes, I
Yeah,
liked
we
it.
liked it.
I
But
remember
there
eating
was
the whole
something
thing.
that we didn't like the broccoli. They brought some
Something like
broccoli, and
that.
I didn't like it.
Something like that. But that was cool. That was like a 2 hour maybe tour of the Mississippi River or whatnot.
They
And
had jazz too
yeah,
playing on the second deck.
and they had different bars. You can sit wherever you want. You could have sat at the top. You could have sat like on the second floor, third floor, bottom floor, whatever
Yeah,
maybe.
it's like a relaxing experience.
Right. It was just a pause
Chill.
of things. Yeah, of all the walking because you do a lot of walking. That's one thing for sure. You
Yes.
will walk a lot. Um, then we went to the New Orleans Creole Cookery. That was
Yes, that
dinner
was
for that day.
another restaurant. I think that was it dinner or was it? Yeah, I think it was
I
dinner
think
or
so.
lunch. I don't
No, I
know.
think it was dinner. I think it was dinner. Um, Tell about a little bit about the restaurant because I know you like
So
about.
the restaurant, do we have a picture of it?
Let me see.
Let me see if we have one. Yes, we do. Okay, so we went here to the New Orleans Creole Cookery, and my plate is the one on the left. It's the red fish over white rice, and let me tell you, it needed nothing. This plate was perfect. Victor had the Decatur catfish over jambalaya,
The Decatur.
which, by the way, he told the waiter, "Can I have the Decatur catfish?" He was like, "What?"
The Decatur.
I was like, "What?" Decatur. He was trying to be fancy.
And
But
that's the
let
one
me
on the
tell you, the
left.
food here was amazing. The drinks here were amazing. I'm telling you, like I just feel like everything was amazing. Like I want to go back just for the food.
Yup.
Or find a good New Orleans like restaurant here. Or
Like
Creole restaurant here.
my plate is the one on the right, and I I like fish. I'm not gonna say I don't love fish. Fried fish might not be my favorite just because it's fried, like, and you kind of lose the taste when it comes
Yeah,
fried.
that's true.
But this though, I forgot what it was. It was a catfish.
Yeah, Decatur catfish.
Catfish, right? Oh my god, dude! Like I don't think I've ever had catfish until that day.
You've never?
No, and that was delicious. So if you're ever in New Orleans and you want to check out the New Orleans Creole Cookery, get the Decatur.
Decatur.
Decatur
Decatur.
fish. The Decatur catfish or Decatur. But like this was, I think, one of my favorite spots. I'm not gonna say if it was the favorite, just because we
I feel like it
went to a
was
lot
one
of
of my
different ones. I
favorites.
think it was one of the favorites. Yeah, for sure. That's for sure. But then,
And then next
yeah,
we went we had some voodoo daiquiris. So New Orleans is known a lot for voodoo,
for their voodoo.
but their voodoo is not the same as the voodoo that a lot of people know, where it comes to like the little dolls where you put the needles in
To do bad stuff, I guess.
and to do bad stuff. This voodoo is different.
It's like a religion.
It's a religion, yeah. I didn't read too much about it, but look into it. Don't judge it just because you're like, oh, voodoo, evil. Like, look into it. But the voodoo daiquiris, they're those purple drinks, and let me tell you, they're good.
They're pretty good, yeah.
They're good.
And I think it was like $6 each.
They'll get you lit.
Yeah, that's for sure. And the bar was packed. I remember this day. The bar was packed.
The bar was.
Everybody
packed.
was ordering the same thing, and it had like a dark purple color to the drink that made it interesting, and it tasted great. I don't know what it had. Don't ask me what it had. If what type of alcohol, what type of juice, because I don't know.
We don't know. We just drank it.
We just drank it, and
but we survived.
not only did we eat a lot, guys, and we drank a lot, but we also did tours.
Oh yes.
So we did this. The one on the picture on the left is supposed to be a video. Again, I'm working on my editing skills, so eventually one day I'll get it. But
Victor found this haunted tour. Where did you find it?
I found this haunted tour on Airbnb in their experience and location.
So if you guys have not checked out Airbnb experiences, I Totally recommend it because I would have never checked out that I normally get my stuff from getyourguide.com, like
Mhm.
tours, but those are boring compared to that one.
Oh, I thought you did look it up on Airbnb,
No, I've never
but
done one on
like
there.
this was my first time like booking an experience through Airbnb, and honestly, I need to give the guy a review. Now that I remember, I haven't given
Yes,
him a
we
review. I
do.
forgot his name, but he did great.
I think it was Brian.
He was very knowledgeable. He was very funny. He was very
He grew up there.
charismatic. He grew up there. He was in his I think mid 50s. He said that he was a director of sales for I don't even know what company. And this he said that this is his midlife crisis. He basically quit his job and decided to do, New Orleans tours,
Haunted
haunted tours.
tours.
And if you're gonna look him up on Airbnb, his tour is called Haunted AF Tour. So
Haunted as fuck.
haunted as fuck. Yeah, he's like, I don't put it as fuck on Airbnb because they don't allow me, but it's haunted as fuck. Now, when it's a walking tour, so he'll take you different corners of New Orleans or the French Quarter, and he'll have a story on every corner. This picture on the right specifically, he was telling us a story about how this, uh, I think it was one of the like commanders or the captains or something like that from the military that used to live in this property. Uh, he I'm confusing the stories. I believe this is the one that he said that he was betting all his money, and he bet his house.
Mm-hmm.
He bet his own house and lost his house, and he was so devastated from him losing his house that when he came back, I think I'm confusing. I don't think this is him, but this is one of the stories. He went back and hung himself in one of the rooms, and he even showed us where he hung
Yeah.
himself. So,
But not only that, let me go back to the beginning. So his tours, he starts, these are like boozy tours. So he'll have beer
oh yeah,
or and
wine.
wine for you. Also, what makes this special is you don't hear anything else that's going on around you. You only hear him talking to you because he has these
Oh yeah.
cool headsets that he talks into. So it feels like a podcast.
Yeah.
So you're walking around in the dark. It looks light in the beginning because it's when we first started, but it got dark immediately. You're walking in the dark. He's telling you all these crazy ass haunted stories about these crazy people that did all these morbid things or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it just sounds so creepy on in your ear. And I
He
love
did
it.
he did a really good job of keeping you on the hook.
Yeah.
So just going back to that picture, basically he told us that the ghost would appear. They build a restaurant and the ghost will appear. And apparently, after so many interactions with the ghost, they decided to have a medium come over to the property. And they said that, or the medium basically communicated with the ghost and eventually said that the ghost would do the things that he would do because he's upset that to the fact that he's not invited to dinner every single night.
Oh
So
yeah, because they created a
they
restaurant
created a
there
restaurant
where his
there.
old house was.
Right. And since he wasn't invited for dinner every single night, then he would do wreckage for all like the guests that they had there. So what they did was is that they created this little room, and at the end of this little room, I don't know if you can see it, but at the end of it, there's a chair with a table, and that is his chair, his
Oh no,
table.
this is the right story.
This is the right story.
Yeah.
So that is his chair. That's his table that is reserved just for this ghost. And
No one
ever
can sit
since,
there.
no one can sit there, no one can actually people can reserve that table. He said people can
Oh,
actually reserve
but
that
it's
table at a
reserved for
time.
months, right?
Yeah, it's reserved for months. But he said that ever since that they built that table and they built that room with the table and the desk, everything for him, that he hasn't shown up again,
That everything's gone
and
good
everything's gone
for
back to
that
normal.
restaurant. Yeah.
Yep. So that was a pretty cool,
Cool
unique
story.
story that
Yeah.
he told us. Um, Not only that,
Oh, this place, yes. So I googled some of the best restaurants like to try out, and this one caught my attention because this was one of the ones that President Obama went to, and he said they had one the best gumbo that he had ever tried. And it's funny because that's him. Like, he had the gumbo right in front of him, and he has hot sauce in front of him. So as soon as he received his gumbo in his chair, he immediately put so much hot sauce, which reminds me of me because I love hot sauce. And I'm like, okay, I love to give things flavor. But the chef, and that's her name, well, the name of the restaurant is Ducky Chase. It's spelled Dookie Chase, but it's pronounced Ducky Chase. The chef's name is Mrs. Chase, and she saw that he was putting hot sauce all over her gumbo, and she got offended, which I would have got offended too. And she was like, "Why did you do that? You don't need hot sauce." And I know for sure that you don't need hot sauce because I didn't put not one drop of hot sauce, and that thing was spicy.
Yeah.
But like the perfect spiciness.
And I think that's what he asked. Like, why you got offended? Like, oh, because you haven't even tried mine.
Yeah, because you haven't even tried
And
it.
you're adding
and you're
the
adding
spicy.
hot sauce. So,
Yeah.
you get offended because it's like, oh, you're trying to say that my food doesn't have flavor.
Right.
But it was perfect. I needed water after that. It had the perfect amount of spice. The food was amazing. And I had some fried chicken with jambalaya. What did you have? You had mac and cheese with something else. I don't remember. But it was amazing. The drinks too.
I forgot what I had.
Just remember to make reservations
Yeah,
at these places
we
because
walked
they get
in without
so
reservation.
packed.
We got lucky.
They're so good and they get so packed.
We got lucky. We got in without a reservation. But I can't remember what I had for.
I know you have mac and cheese, but I don't know with what.
I know the mac and cheese was bomb. Like, that's for
Probably
sure.
with fish. I don't know, but the
Everything
gumbo
I had was fish.
and the jambalaya was amazing. That's the gumbo.
That's the gumbo right there. Again, it's a video, but it's not working how we want.
And they had some the garlic bread. You had that. Right?
Yep, I had that.
It was good.
I tried your gumbo. Your gumbo was pretty good too. And then, well, we don't have no videos of this. Let me go back. We don't have any pictures or videos of this, but we went to Mother's.
Oh, Mother's, yeah.
So Mother's was recommended to us by our good friend Brenda Torres. She
If you want to expand it.
Oh. It was recommended by Brenda Torres. The reason why we decided to go was because obviously Brenda recommended it. So if Brenda recommends it, it's probably really good. And not only that, but they had all the the Marines.
Oh yeah, it's a Marine.
So it was like a Marine Corps restaurant that people would go, and you had like on the walls had different pictures of different Marines throughout time. And I guess it was like a hangout spot for Marines back in the day. So that's why we decided to go there.
The line is out the door.
When we got there, it was empty.
It was empty, but
when we left, the line was literally out the door, out to the corner, like to people to go ahead and order.
But they're so fast that you don't even notice.
Right. And then I had their baked ham, which was
amazing.
Really
I had the gumbo, and then I had jambalaya with some. No, it was that thing of jambalaya. Yeah. Gumbo with jambalaya.
No, and I'm telling you, I'm gaining weight just thinking about it.
Yep.
Like, it was that good. And then let me see.
We did the bike
tour.
After
that, we had the bike tours. So we did a tour. Oops, sorry. We did a bike tour.
Which is crazy to do in this weather, but we were like, you know what, whatever, let's do it. We like to ride bikes.
Right. We decided to do this in the hottest day of the summertime.
Yeah, and the bike tour, it involved going through some cemeteries, going through some famous houses. So here's a picture of me with the bike. It was very comfortable, that bike. I thought it was going to be less comfortable. It was comfortable. And then to the right, we have another famous cemetery over there.
It's supposed to be a video once again.
It's a video. And over there the cemeteries are built above ground because it's below the city is below sea level.
Right.
So what she was telling us is that when they were when they were burying people underground, um, because of the sea level and the water, the bodies will come up and
Right.
some will like explode.
So this is how she explained it to us. So they go 6 to 7 feet above the ground because New Orleans is under what
Sea
is it called?
level.
Under sea level. So they go. They put sometimes they put 5, 6, 7 bodies in there because what happens is they have different within the 7 feet. They have different compartments. The top compartment is basically for you to put the body of the person who recently died. You put the body there, and then that is made in a way that towards the bottom of it of the what's it called of the tomb, at the bottom of the tomb. How can I explain this? So you would basically get cremated on that top floor because it's so hot and humid in New Orleans that that top compartment will act as an oven, and it will actually decompose your body, and then that your ashes and your remains will be pushed towards the bottom of the tomb, and then that will go down to the second compartment. So that's how they put like different, generations and families of families in the same tomb with that version. Like I thought it was pretty cool. It was pretty like genius the way that they thought about that. Because it's like basically you're cremating yourself, but in a longer term. Like it takes a year and a day, they said. Like they put, let's say they put your body there today. They wait a year and a day for them to push the remains down to the second compartment, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
But you know what's crazier? That New Orleans people know that they are below sea level and they don't care.
What do you mean? What are they supposed to do?
I don't know. But they're like, yeah, we're gonna drown someday, but well, who cares?
No.
That's the life.
So during this bike tour.
Yeah, so during this bike tour, we visited some famous houses, some beautiful, beautiful mansions. One of the ones that stood out to us was one that was, and I don't think we have the picture here, but it was the house from American Horror Story. I don't know if you guys have seen that series, but it was the Coven, the one with the witches. So we went to that house. We also went to the one from the Drake video, Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? And you having it? The one that Lala comes out in the balcony. That one too. It was freaking amazing too. And Sandra Bullock, she owns a house there, which was pretty weird looking, very unique. So she owns a house there because she adopted 2 kids from New Orleans, is what she told us, and she wanted them to have a house there. So
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Other than being hot, it was pretty cool. And then the last day,
oh, it was one of my faves.
We decided to before we headed to the airport because we had a late flight that day. We decided to go to this place called the Country Club, which is the left picture right there that you see. This is the front of it. Very Spanish, very I guess antique. The way that the building looks.
Very New Orleans.
Right, very New Orleans, very French Quarter. As you go in, there's a restaurant, and there's different rooms within this restaurant, and then you cross the bar, and in the back they have something they call the Country Club, or I think it's the Country Club is the whole thing.
No, the Country Club is the whole thing.
Right. So once you go to the back, they have a pool back there,
which is awesome for that heat.
Ooh. Yeah, it was really good.
They have a bar.
It was packed. They had a bar. They had a
drag brunch.
Yeah.
So they have a whole drag brunch where they have a whole bunch of drag queens, and they have this amazing brunch,
Right.
New Orleans style. So they have, and they're super hilarious. And then in the back you have the pool, you have a bar, you have the amazing food. It's just a good vibe to chill at, because we had to check out of our Airbnb around like noon or 11
Right.
a.m. around there, and then we didn't have our flight until like 8 p.m.
Right.
So this was the perfect place to like just hang out for the
Chill,
day and
then
just
change, and then go to
change and
the
eat.
airport.
Yeah.
And it was, the place is gay friendly, so
Yeah.
I know there's some places that aren't, but this place was
Not
it was
gay,
very gay friendly.
LGBTQ plus friendly.
Right. Let's put it that way. Thank you for correcting me. But I think it was a good like chill spot, like you said. Maybe you want to have brunch, hang out in the pool. You can definitely do that. Especially if you go during the summertime, because it's hot as hell. And I'm not kidding when I tell you it's
Oh
hot as
yeah,
hell.
it's not Florida hot heat. It's
Like, yeah,
Louisiana heat.
you don't know what Louisiana
You don't
heat
know what
is
Louisiana.
until you're in Louisiana in the heat.
Yeah.
um, but that was basically our whole trip right there.
Yeah, whole trip. It started out a little bit crazy, but it ended well.
And ended up with a couple pounds extra.
Yes. So let's talk about real estate. Have you guys heard in the news what's happening in the real estate? Like, what are you hearing? Are you hearing things like, is the market crashing? What's going on? Are people giving out houses for pennies? Like, what's happening in the real estate market?
I don't know. I mean, I
What
do
you
know.
mean,
I
no?
do. I do know. But what I was gonna say, I don't know, like what the news has been like putting out there, because the news is the news. People
There's
in
too many
news,
news. There's too
they
many.
like to exaggerate things. They like to fear. I think it's called fear mongering, when you try to put the scare into people, and it's really it's really not what they're painting it as. Like, they're painting it as, oh, the market is
What was
crashing.
they?
The news,
Okay.
the media, like, whenever you go and see on Instagram, whatever, people that are not actual realtors and they're just covering the news, they're saying that the market is crashing and whatnot.
Yeah.
We're not crashing. Like, this market ain't crashing.
Not only the news, a lot of
People in general.
you know what it is.
People that don't know think that they know.
A lot of people have access to this, and anybody can make a video and post it on the internet. And then a lot of people believe them because they come out as believable. So
Right.
it's like it's a mixture of things.
Right. But what is happening in the real estate? Are we crashing? Do you see, like, what have you been seeing, or what?
So
I'll tell my story too.
what
But what
I've
you've
been
been seeing?
seeing right now in the real estate market, because I've been in the industry since 2017. That's 5 years now. So what I've seen now as compared to last year is, as a listing agent, as someone who represents, well, I'm a listing agent and I'm also a buyer's agent. I represent buyers and I represent sellers. So first I'm going to talk from the perspective of a listing agent when I'm helping a seller. So what I've noticed right now in the market as compared to about 3 months ago is, when you're placing a house on the market, you're not getting as many views as you used to before.
Yeah.
You're not getting as many multiple offers as you used to before. We're not getting offers as crazy as we used to before. 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 above asking
100,
price.
depending on the market.
We're not seeing that right now. So why is that? Because of the interest rates, because of inflation, because when interest rates rise, the monthly payment is going to rise for the buyer. So that's why it's not like it was before.
Right. Like, before 2008, the reason why we went into a recession was because of the housing crisis. This recession was not caused by the housing crisis. There is no housing crisis. There's a house shortage, is what we have.
Right.
We have an inventory shortage, which means
Mm-hmm.
right now there's a lot of more people wanting to buy versus people that want to sell their properties. Why? You're asking yourself probably why people don't want to sell their properties. Who knows? They probably have a lot of equity in them. So these buyers rely on the new construction builders to build enough inventory for them to suffice the enough buyers that are out there, but the builders they can't match up, they can't catch up to the demand. Basically,
Right.
like there's so much demand that they won't catch up, let me say it that way. They will not catch up with the demand. So there's a housing shortage, which implies people wanting to pay more for a house because they do want a roof to their head, they want to become homeowners, they want the
Right.
American dream. So you know we're in a recession. We might be in a recession, but it wasn't caused by real estate this time. It was caused by other stuff.
And I'm sure there's a lot of people asking right now, is this a good time to buy?
Mm.
If you're
Yes.
renting, if you're renting, just ask yourself this question. Am I renting? If the answer is yes, then yes. It is a good time to buy.
Why?
Why? Because right now, I'm
But
sorry.
wait. But why? Because we're in a recession right now, and prices are gonna drop, and things are gonna change. Why should I do it right now?
Because right now, you unfortunately, let me break it down to you. You are paying your landlord's mortgage. So let's remove the middleman. The middleman is your landlord. Let's remove him from the equation.
And
And let's make
landlords,
you,
we love you, landlords,
and let's make you the landlord.
and we love you,
And
landlords.
you know what happens when we make you the landlord? You're paying yourself.
Yep.
So in the future, when you decide to move or sell this house, the money that you've paid yourself, you're gonna get it back.
Back. Think about it as a savings account. Think about it as a savings account that you
I broke it
have to
down.
have because you need a place to live. And instead of paying this person for a place to live, I'm gonna pay myself. I'm gonna pay the bank so that way I can get that back in equity.
Right. And a lot of people are probably asking too, like, but I have commitment issues. I don't know if I'm gonna want to live there forever. You don't
For
have to
30
live there
years,
forever. You
nobody's
do
forcing
not
you.
have to live there forever.
Nobody's forcing you.
Because guess what? When you become a homeowner, you unlock a whole bunch of opportunities.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
don't have to stay there. You can rent that place out. You can short term rent that place out. You can Airbnb that place out if
You
it
can sell it.
allows you to. You can sell that place. The opportunities are endless. But guess what? Opportunities are not endless. When you're a tenant,
And then your landlord decides to sell the property, and then
and
you
then
gotta
you're
vacate.
desperate. Like it's just, I've been there. I've been a renter for so long. So I know what it's like. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like I have to be an advocate for this and I have to talk and
I
give
mean, you
speeches
are,
about it.
you
But
are,
I feel like I have to do it in like bigger, bigger,
but
because I feel so passionate about
you
it.
are like you and I have helped multiple people become homeowners when
No,
they
that's
thought that
true.
they
That's
couldn't.
true. But I feel like I'm so passionate about it. It's like,
But it's
I
true.
wish I can hold people's hands and like, you got to do this and that and that.
Like, and people might be scared of what happens if I can't pay my mortgage or whatnot. Like,
And
like
that's another beauty of it. How long does your landlord give you to pay the rent? He probably
a
gives
day
you
or two,
like a day or two, or probably max
4.
4.
Yeah.
You know how long you have to pay your mortgage? How long is the grace period? 15 days.
Is it 15 or 6?
On the 16th, you pay you pay extra. You have
There you go. 1 5.
15 days. Do not pay on the 16th day. because you'll be late and you'll get reported to the credit bureau. But what I'm saying is you have options.
Right.
And right now we have there's so many different down payment assistance programs. So there are no excuses. For example, the most popular one right now is the Hometown Heroes program, which is giving up to $25,000 for down payment and your closing costs. So it's based on the price of the house. They'll give you 5% of whatever the house is worth for your down payment and closing costs. And that money, it has 0% interest.
Right.
So whenever it's time to pay that money back, you don't have to pay interest on it.
Yep.
So there are no excuses. You pay that money back if you ever sell the house. So it's not like you're gonna freaking buy the house and start paying that money off. No.
Right.
You pay that money off if you decide to sell the house, if you decide to refinance the house, or if you decide to rent the house out.
Or if you end up paying the whole mortgage.
Or if you end up paying the whole amount of the house.
So if you decide to pay the bank back, then you have to pay that $25,000 or whatever they gave you back. 5%.
Yeah, but it's an amazing help, guys, from the government, and I feel like you need to take advantage of it. There's 94 to 95 different occupations that qualify for it. So let us know. Send us a message, or if you want more information, if you think that you might qualify for it.
But did you guys hear what she said? Like, if you guys understood what she said in the beginning, when she said that the competition is less, the multiple offers are less, and the government is offering you this benefit for you to actually purchase your property. If you're not doing it now, you're not gonna do it later when the benefit is gone. Because right now, because of all the fear mongering that the media is giving you guys, or us giving us, about the recession, about prices going down, like that has people on hold. So what should you do in this case is, listen, if you fall under those 95 different occupations, which within them as law enforcement officers, you have firefighters, you have educators, you have healthcare professionals, doctors, nurses, etc. You have childcare employees, you got active military, you have veterans. Like, if you fall under that umbrella, you have to take advantage of this before it's gone, because if the market goes back to where it was a couple months ago or a year ago, then you're gonna be beaten out with all these offers. So right now is a great time for you to purchase your home, because there's no little to no competition. If there is any competition, it's less than what it was a year ago. We have a little bit more inventory right now than what it was a year ago. And not only that, interest rates are back to normal. They're not low as they were a year or two ago. They're not historic low, but they're back to normal pre-COVID. All right. So what does that tell you? Like, this is the perfect time for you to buy. Even if you don't do it now with this benefit, trust me, you won't do it later when the benefit is gone.
So yeah, if you want more information about the Hometown Heroes program to become a homeowner, or you have a friend or family member who's thinking about purchasing a house and they don't fall within those occupations that qualify for the hometown programs, we do partner up with different lenders that have different programs to help you. So just hit us up. We got you. We got you.
Let us know. But with that, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, right? I think we covered everything when it comes to New Orleans, when it comes to real estate.
Yeah, and I appreciate and if you have any questions about New Orleans, anything that we didn't cover, anything that you have a question on, let us know, and we'll be happy to help you.
Absolutely. And if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest real estate, regardless if it's in Florida, Chicago, New York, California, wherever it may be within the 50 states,
give us a call. Outside of the 50 states.
Give us a call. We'll make sure to educate you and guide you in the right direction. Because trust you me, we're the experts that you want to work with.
Yes.
So with that being said, I'm gonna let you guys go. I want you to have a great rest of your night. Enjoy your weekend coming up. Please be safe out there. A lot of craziness happened this past week with 4th of July. So please be careful. And as always, we send much love to you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and keeping it 100 with
Giselle
and Victor. And we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.